Hi, everybody, and welcome to another Monday live stream. Today, as you've seen, is the Halloween special. Welcome to this wonderful day where we're gonna talk about a lot of scary things like unresponsive interface, corrupted data on the console USB or SD card, feedback, and even the worst, broken touchscreen. Okay.
I have way too much fun with this thing. Hi everybody, how you guys doing? Happy Halloween. Happy scary day. I'm having way too much fun with these effects. When I was setting up, I started to talk and say a lot of like weird stuff with the pitch shift voice. Actually, let me start by telling you how I did that really cool scary monster effect. Oh, hi there. Okay, can you see? Oh, can you see me? I got some problem with OBS. There was an OBS update recently and some stuff reset, so apologies, you're not gonna see my face today because I'm not gonna change that while I'm streaming. Okay. What is actually going on with my voice for that introduction is I'm using the dual pitch effect as an insert on my vocal. As you can see right here, it's the first effect in the chain because I also add a reverb just to add depth to what's going on. So basically what I did is I pitch shift myself 3 semitone with different tuning on each side. So let me set the effect pretty much flat where I don't have any pitch correction or pitch shifting happening. I'm just going to turn that on. Now, there you go. There's just like a I don't know if you can hear it, it was just in my head, but there is like a semi-chorus-like effect, which is fine, which is going to add to the overall effect depth that we want to reach. So now I'm kind of sounding like Ozzy Osbourne, double pitch thing, because I have 2 effects going on at the same time, because this is a dual pitch. So I can have on one side the pitch shift one way. Can you now hear that? And I'm gonna pitch here a 50 cent on the other way. So right now I have like a semitone going into my voice. I think my voice, I split it into 2. Oh, sorry. I split it into 2, one left, one right, and a half step down, or not even a half step down, 50 cent down on one side, 50 cent up on the other, and to have my voice, to make my voice sound more demon-like or scary-like, I pitch it 3 semitone down.
3 semitone down on both. There you go. More than that will feel like too much. Not enough is just gonna be weird.
If I go like 1 semitone is just not enough to get the effect that we want.
2 is just sounding weird when I'm talking, and 3 will basically just do it and it's gonna sound good. Add some reverb to that just to have the depth. And here you have it, the perfect pitch shifting for your effect, demon-like voice for tonight. If you want to do some spooky stuff to your neighbor, use your wing, a wireless microphone, and you can scare them. Okay.
We're just gonna get rid of that. How you guys doing? Patrick, bonjour, bienvenue. Everybody else, welcome. Pancho, Rolf, I saw your message. I just went on with the pitch thing here. So if you want to do some scary voice, if you want to do some I don't know, other weirdo stuff with your wing, you know that you have the tool. We have some really, really cool pitch correction effect in there. Add some reverb for the depth, and you can do a lot of weirdo stuff. How was your weekend, guys? I'm really tired. I did like 30 hours in 2 days on an event, and I did an overnight stuff, so really, really tired. I almost slept the whole day yesterday just to get back in shape, and waking up this morning was still even hard, but I'm almost off for the next 2 weeks, so expect some video coming out soon. Expect some video about new stuff coming out soon, as soon actually as they get released. You guys are gonna have some new video, and yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I want to know how was your weekend, and what are your questions about the wing? From Daryl, hello. 3 Halloween gigs this weekend. Oh yeah. With no touchscreen issue, I guess I finally fit. Oh, okay. What's going on with your touchscreen? Tell me what's going on with your touchscreen, please, Daryl. It will not fix itself, meaning that if you have a broken touchscreen, it won't just magically disappear. So please let us know if you actually find a replacement touchscreen. Well, I put my cell phone into do not disturb mode. I know it's a problem right now. I think, and I did not research on that. I think the word out there on Facebook is that Music Tribe do not have a hard time to get replacement screen for the wing. They were not made by them, so please do not blame people from Music Tribe for the lack of replacement screen. It's not just, it's out of their control, it's out of their hand. If you cannot get a part, it's not that you don't want to fix it, it's just you cannot have access to parts. And in the world that we're living now in 2022, please be conscious that, be aware that it's almost the same for everything. Almost every department that I'm working with, if I want to order microphone, replacement part for stuff, everything is out of stock because of the shock that the world lived in 2022. I don't want to go over that story again. I think I said it enough. What happened there, shipping wise, factory wise. So, bonjour de Rotterdam. Holiday this weekend. Holiday this weekend. Okay, we didn't have any holiday here in Canada. Bonjour du Canada. Bonjour du Québec. A lot of French people tonight. Actually, because tonight. Well, good morning. Just waking up. Already say tonight. It's gonna be a long day. No, I start to post on more group, like the French group. At first, there were only a few people there, so I didn't bother you guys with the live stream. But now there's a couple hundred people on the Wing French live group. I decided to post my stuff, and I will repeat it. Don't be afraid to ask me a question in French if you have a hard time understanding English and you have a hard time understanding how to do stuff on your console. I will take some time off and try to answer your question as much as possible in French if language is a problem for you. It's the least I can do for all my French listeners out there. Thank you very much, guys. So, as always, this show is never about me. This show is always about you. What's going on? What do you guys want to talk about? What stuff did you discover over the weekend, over your Halloween gigs? Did you guys had any surprise? Did you guys need to use the
pitch shifting effect to do some weirdo stuff like I'm doing right now?
Okay, I'm really having too much fun with this one. Oh. Okay. Is it working? Yeah, okay. Scary moment here for me today. My console trigger effect button do not really respond well with the new version of OBS. I had to downgrade my stuff from OBS 28 to 27, and things are a little bit all over the place. And I did that, of course, 5 minutes before I went live. I almost run to the console to be here on time. So, and yeah, the intro didn't show and everything. So, yeah. Oh. Actually, while I'm here, soon a cable replacement on Shure 846, because I bought a cable a long time ago and I wanted to do a video about it because I saw people throwing their headphone away when they had a hard time with, which is actually either a connection or a bad wire. So just to avoid people just throwing a headphone away just for fun, I'm going to do a cable replacement for the Shure 846. If you guys want to follow along with that, please do. Please subscribe to the channel to see this. Also, make sure while we're here to like this video, and if you want to become a member or a super member, it will be a great time. You will see your name popping out on the chat that you become a super member. Okay, all seriousness, let's go over some question that we have from, actually an answer from Daryl. The screen has a ghost touch. My shop has been waiting for a year for a screen for music. Okay, yeah, I know. It's, but okay, I think I'm gonna say it. There is some compatible screen out there. I think if you, I may get in trouble for doing this, but I think if you Google the right number for the screen, you can have a replacement part that you can fix yourself. I'm the kind of guy that will do it. I'm not afraid to open up the console. I've already voided my warranty a long time ago. The warranty on my console is almost done, so I'm going to do a couple things. First, I'm going to do a cleanup, and I want to do a fan replacement for the power supply. So if you guys want to see that, make sure to tell me in the chat. I think I will have a video where I'm just going to open up the console and we're going to play into it. I also want to do another weirdo thing. I will need to poke around the console a little bit to achieve that, but I want to find a way to light up my fader. I want to know if I can put a LED strip here in the bottom or somewhere. Even if I have to add like a mount for LED, but I want my fader to glow in the dark. I would like to work with only the console interface at night, no lights, no nothing. The only thing that I'm missing is lights on the fader. If I can somehow find a way to get a really bright LED in there that's gonna push light through the fader, I think I can see them. So eventually I want to mod my wing to get that, and I just don't know where I'm gonna get the power from. Maybe the little light, the light in the back, or another thing in the console, maybe from the burrito warmer LED or something, but definitely something that I want to do as a mod for the wing. So all that to say, if you want to replace your screen by yourself, I know there is some compatible screens out there. Be aware that you're going to void your warranty if you did open up a ticket for that. Make sure that it doesn't go, it's not going to block you further down the road if you want to get your screen replaced for real. And before that, if you have a hard time with your screen, you got some ghosting, please make sure that you disable the screen and add a mouse to your console. If you are on firmware 1.12.6 and up, I believe you can plug a mouse in your console. Basically, if you're up to the latest firmware, plug a USB mouse in the top left here and call it a day. Now, before the chat goes too fast, I want to read. How do you apply pitch shift to a music concert? You don't. You don't. Not production. Don't do what I'm doing right now. The pitch shifting is really cool on a single instrument. You don't really want to do this on instruments or vocalists or stuff live. It just is gonna throw them off really bad. If a band playing at a show, you don't want to pitch shift them at all. it's gonna sound really weird because you're gonna hear a different note on stage versus what you hear in the PA. Don't do that, or do it as an effect on what I'm doing right now on a vocal. I just basically inserted a pitch shift
like this and add some reverb. That's it. Here are my settings for the pitch shift. I could go a little lower, but you start to lose on the definition.
It's not really fun, honestly. I cannot sing with this thing on for sure. But for fun effect, just insert a pitch shifting on your input channel. It's gonna do it. Okay, Serge, it's already winter time. Oh, it's already night? Okay. In Rottenburg, it's already night. And Rotterdam, sorry, not Rottenburg. Rotterdam, it's already night. How far up north are you? Because here it's still like, we still have the sun till like 6 here in Canada, and we're still fairly up north. Ralph, last week I successfully recon a Bose 502B subwoofer. Oh my god, this is scary just to think about that. Thank you very much for the Halloween subject, Ralph. It no longer produced scratchy noise. Oh, yeah. Well, those subwoofer, I don't know if did you just replace the speaker or you did a full recon? Doing a full recon is a really, really hard job that I've never done myself. I'm pretty sure you can do it if you really apply yourself to it, but oof, that's a scary. This is something scary that I would not do if I have the choice. But good to know that these things still survive. The 502 are not bad. I mean, there are definitely more advanced technology now, but they were not bad from what I believe. Just don't expect to get like 40 hertz out of these boxes over a distance. It's just not going to deliver. Charlie, hi there. Good to see you, man. Welcome back. Jamie. Hello, everyone. I have 2 questions. First is about the F key. The other question is how to get the white color in the palette of color. Hello from Brazil. What's up, Brazil? Always good to have you guys around. Actually, Brazil is one place that I want to go one day. I know a lot of people say come to Brazil. Maybe one day it will come to Brazil. Who knows? Probably not for work, probably just for fun. Actually, I have a friend over in Brazil. Maybe I could visit. Okay, in all seriousness, about the F key. Well, the F keys... Can I even show it to you? No, I cannot really show you. But what I can tell you is if we go in the custom control menu by pressing the view button, actually, hold on. Pressing the view button here next to the custom control, press view. It's gonna open up the custom control screen. This is the one we're looking at. You're asking yourself, what does it have to do with the F keys on the top right of the console? Top right of the... Oh, man. I'm so used for you guys to see me. Okay, it's all good. Right now... Hold on. I don't know what's going on with the F key. By default, okay. Maybe somebody in the chat can help me out. By default, I believe that the F keys, if you... Hold on. Okay. By default, the F key, I believe that were just a copy of the custom control that you can have access up there. Apparently, they're not. I'm never using them, to be honest. That whole section of the console is not. You can program them if you set the F key yes thing in the. Okay, this is what I was missing. It's in the surface or in the setup section. Is it in the surface or remote? I know this is okay. Here it is. Use F1 key, F1 to 3 keys as custom control. If you enable that, they will represent what you have going on your custom control. Right, use F key. And you have basically access to 3 layer of custom control, so you can create yourself a couple more useful knobs. If you are using your custom control on layer 1, you can have access to layer 2 and 3 quickly on the F. It will give you 4 button and encoder like you have here. It's basically the same thing on another or the same layer as your custom control. As of right now, this is the only thing you can do with the F key. Next to that, you have, of course, the gain. So if you have a custom section here with faders, channel, this is what I'm doing with this. You can have access to gain, and 48 volt for these channel, gate, the compressor, threshold, if you really want to have quick access to that, the low cut filter on all the input that you assign there, and of course the main pan. I can see myself using the pan for different vocals, so if I want to move a vocal really quickly, basically let me rephrase that. The right section, which is by default the main out, also double up, was designed to be a custom control section where you can have your money channel, like the channel that you always need to play around, like your lead singer. In most bands, the lead singer, or a guitar player that is like the star of the band. Let's say that you're doing Bon Jovi and you have, your lead singer, or let's go with the other example. Let's say that you're doing U2. You got 2 things that people want to hear: Bono and The Edge. So Bono is going to be your in one of your fader here, your lead vocal, and you want to have the Edge guitar next to it. So if you want to do some quick adjustment really fast with the custom control, you can do this, and having whatever you want on the other side of the console. Personally, I don't really work that way. Actually, right now I have this is leftover from a show, but I have lead vocal on there, but usually I just keep my main out, and I'm doing work over DCAs on this console. This is how I end up using it. There is no bad option, but whatever. Okay, back to the F keys. So if you want to enable your F key, you come here in the setup, surface, enable F key as custom control, and you can have that with your F keys. You can have custom control that you can assign on your second layer. If I'm go here, layer 2, if I were to program some stuff in there, F2 will represent what I have on layer 3. On layer 2, and F3 will represent what I have on layer 3 to have quick access to these setup. I don't know if I'm clear. I feel like I'm rumbling around a lot today. Not enough coffee. So basically, yeah. And the other question is one that I'm also asking myself, is how to get white color LED. The answer is we cannot have white LED. Usually, I'm using a lot of white color on my show. Actually, on X32, I'm using my lead vocal in white most of the time. But if we go in here, icon, channel, color and icon, these are the only color that you have available on the console. I wish I could have a couple more, like white. Black can be done by turning off the light. So if you want to have a black or no light LED on your console, you just turn it off. Everything else can be done here. We have, orange, blue, couple shades of blue, green, yellow. There you go. No white. They didn't bother us with the white color. I don't know why. It's just not there. It's just not on the console. My 846 have been solid. The only issue I had was a bad cable, but swapping it sorted out. Actually, yes, bad cable and sometimes just cleaning them. Just using some alcohol in there and just cleaning out your tips, your connection where you have your in-ear. Hold on, let me do this. Oh, I'm not going to bother with that. But basically, at the swivel point here on your 846, there is a gold-plated connection. Sometimes with sweat, you're going to add some corrosion in there. And if you just clean that up, it will come back and working out perfectly. From Rapsticky, I'm sorry, I don't know if I pronounced that right. Have you found any other way to route the direct out with EQ besides user signal? No, you probably don't want to. Well, actually, you have user signal. That would be the way to do it. Other than that, I'm sorry, I don't think so. Patrick, he's got an interesting one. A long time ago, there was a mod for wing fan resistor to be changed to lower the fan speed, limit the noise. What I want to do with the fan is replace it with a Noctua fan. I need to open up the console, go to my computer dealer, and order the right size fan. I don't remember how many millimeter it is. Maybe Patrick's or somebody else got the answer in the chat. Let me know what's going on with that so I can just order a quick fan and use a Noctua one. That will probably be more, that will move more air and will probably be less noisy. Not that it's a big issue for me, because right now the fan, I believe, is not even kicking in, so we'll see with that. And when I'm outside, I mean, any ambient noise outside will be louder than the fan itself. Pancho, do you think if you take the top off of the wing, you can use it with a tablet and no knobs? Could it be a wing rack? Actually, we already speak about that. Yes, somebody out there, I don't remember who, but I think it's Dons of Dream. He's got a wing rack that he built himself. He got a broken wing, broken screen, or broken something in the interface. He just basically took the top off because this is only a control surface with fancy display on it. He took the top off. The computer inside the wing is working really well without anything attached to it. It's just you control it over the iPad software Copilot, and yes, he's got basically a wing rack. He's done it. It's working. It's available out there if you want to take the top of your. But the only thing I don't remember is if the wing fits into a 19-inch rack. That will be the target. I think some people will have to make a special plate that you can bolt your internal wing parts to it. That can become a wing rack. But other than that, definitely working so far. What's going on? In the DVM, I use the pitch on vocal and congas. Oh, really? Okay. Must agree with you, Patrick, on the F keys. They could be something else really more fun than just a copy of what we have on the custom control. I can see myself using these, or they should be programmable. You should be able to say my F1 keys programmed by control effect or something else or something else. Actually, I would like my F1 to be a custom layer that I could build, like the same way that I can come here and create a custom layer. We should have an F knob there, and we should be able to tell whatever we want in these. It could be limited to these function, but it could be a per layer, another layer just for the F. It would just make more sense. Or maybe have some special custom ID that you can deal with the F keys. I don't know, the function keys. Up to, I will leave you guys to this. If you have any idea what the F keys could be, let me know in the comments, in the chat, in the comments down below the video, and I'm gonna maybe do a wrap up and suggest that to people. What do you want your F keys to be? Adrian! What's up, Adrian? How are you? I'm good. I'm good. Rested. Feels weird, but I'm good. On the Wing Facebook page, someone post he works with 55 channel. How can we have more than 48 channels? Okay. This is a little bit of a lie. Thomas used 55 input, I believe, because I believe it's Thomas from the Facebook group, the owner of the Facebook group. I believe he worked out with 55 sources, meaning some of the channel were stereos. So he fit everything under 45 channel, but yeah, some of the channel were just stereo. But as I'm saying this out loud, I'm thinking to myself something else. Maybe, and this is not rehearsed, I'm doing this as we go. Want to take a look at something. Maybe there's something in front of our eye that we never seen. Can you on a bus have a source? No, we can't. Okay. Okay, let me think about something. Maybe I found a hack right now as we speak. I'm on a bus right now. I'm gonna be on bus 1. And I want to try out something. Can we have... We cannot modify the bus. We cannot reorganize the bus. Because I was thinking maybe... Or actually that will work. If I can have in my insert 1 slot. Too bad I wish it could be before the bus. But maybe... Hear me out. Maybe. I can take my bus here. My insert 1 on my bus. Using an insert point. See where I'm going with this? Using an external effect. I'm going to use the return here to be my local input 8, which is my talkback. If I enable that, do I have sound going out to the bus? Hey, 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 hey. I believe I do. Okay, hold on. Maybe I figure out a way to create more input. Not really useful, but maybe more input. Let's say, okay. Let's say that I'm using the effects return here. Of course, you're losing an effect rack for that, but if you are in that situation where you need one more or a few more input, you can probably take this, set your local or set a preamp, set the level on the source, on the preamp, use the latency of 0 because we don't want to have any latency, and you can have an EQ on this thing, and you can have another insert on this thing. It will be post fader, but let's say just for fun, can I have a compressor? Or can I have a channel strip? Actually, I can have a channel strip if everybody wants to. Let's go with the even channel. Hey. Okay, now, the question is, can I have, and I'm doing it right now. Oh yeah, it's working. Okay. I mute my channel 40, which is my talkback. And I'm gonna use bus 1 with an effect return, external effect return, an EQ. I can have an EQ on this thing. I can have a channel. So let's say that I have a gate. I don't really want to use the gate. I want to use maybe the dynamic. Let's try another channel. Let's say something that has hey. Give me a compressor that I can work on. If I'm doing this, I don't need to compress that bad on my input, but there you go. I'm using a bus. Hold on. I'm using a bus with compression, with EQ, limited, really limited, but I can figure out a way to get more input, because this, using the external effect rack, will allow me to get a source, to plug in a source into the bus, and I can use just the EQ or an effect in the effect 2. And do I have other option? I don't want any reverb. Standard. Nah, there's not many stuff useful there. Yeah, you will have to use like a channel to get it working for real. But I mean, it's a workaround. Let's be honest. It's a really awkward workaround. But assigning that bus to main out, I can not use any channel. I do not use any channel. I'm using my bus 1 to talk into the main, and I could use this to mix something in. It's a big stretch, but if you really want to do it, how many insert do we have? How many insert effect do we have? Is it 16 or just 8? No, it's 16. You can have, if you don't want to use any effect, your 48 channel, and do this on your 16 bus, and you can add more source and use your bus as insert point from insert return from preamp to your main mix. Really? Actually, this is a way. Can we consider that having more than 48 channel? I'll leave that up to you guys. I just don't know if I can consider this or not as having more input. Yeah, because you can have that way. You can have the 96. Hold on, let me get my calculator out. We have the 90, the up to 96 input plus 16 times 2, 32 plus 96 equal 128. You can have, and I announced this officially on Halloween's Day, you can have 128 mono source, sum to stereo, and stereo them together to get, I don't know, what's the you can yeah, that's, yeah. But now that's 64. There we go. This is the number. 64 distinct stereo input. That's a stretch. That's a big stretch. But I could definitely do some stuff with this. Hold on. Let me get back to my talkback. I just believe it sounds better. It's a big stretch. It's a big stretch. But if you do this with the effect insert, hold on. With the effect insert, you can plug a preamp in there and get up to 64 stereo source on your wing. I'll leave that up to you if it's working or not. But I can definitely see myself do like a keyboard this way. Something that I usually don't touch a lot. Like, I usually don't EQ keyboard. Matrix input, people, yeah, but you don't have any control over the source. With this, at least, you got an EQ, a maybe compressor, or a channel strip, but that's fairly limited. Let's just put it out this way. It's fairly limited. But could I run something like crowd mic to a live stream through this? Yes, I got an EQ and compression. Like, it's fairly limited, but if you want to see it this way, yes, you can. Patrick, about the LED, white is actually the sum of all red, green, and blue base of the RGB that we have on the wing. The white color with LEDs is done by having all these three together. It doesn't have to be a white LED. So if maybe it's too hot, or maybe it's drawing too much power for the LED strip, but we can... this is RGB for sure, so if this is RGB, it can give the color white by turning on all three colors. So it's just, I believe it would be just a software limitation or voltage limitation on the strip. Maybe they get too hot with white. Maybe, yeah, white additive depends on the LED they use. But I believe it will make a really bad white, but it could. Let's say it just could. Good evening from north of Scotland. Hi, Neil. Hello from Canada again. Okay, moving on. At first I was thinking about giving a try to Stage Connect device like the DN488. I believe this is the one that has 8 in and 8 out. But it seems like the input are line only. No preamp. That's right. The Stage Connect stuff is just a line only. I personally see myself using one of these with, using an 8 in and 8 out to set in a rack. Let's say that you want to run wireless microphone and in-ear monitor. You can have four stereo in-ear monitor and 8 wireless mic running out this way, or you just build yourself a 24 output, 8 input that you put in a rack, so you can have 8 wireless mic and 8 stereo in-ear mixes that you just patch in with a single XLR. This is how I see the use of Stage Connect device like this. To feed your PA. Let's say that you're running a monitor rack somewhere. So you monitor in wireless. Let's say for the 8 input, 8 output. Let's say that you put a rack there. You got your power amp. You got your in-ear or wireless microphone, I should say, on top of it. Just get a small 8 pair. Plug that into your Stage Connect DN4888. Plug that there. Your amp are already plugged in your rack with that. You just run a single XLR out of your console to this. It makes sense to me. It really, really makes sense to me. Neil, the F keys are fine. How many of you use more than 2 or 3 programmable layer? Actually, I'm using 1 full layer to do my live stream, and when I mix shows, the only thing that I really use is a tap tempo. Everything else is already on there, like the mute group. No. For what I do live, I'm not talking about the studio stuff. You studio guys use like the jog wheel and play stop, record, fast forward keys a lot. Maybe you guys can see that, or to do a copy, or you can do some custom command on your software. But for a live show, having like basically the same thing we had on the X32 plus the mute group, that could be something else plus the F plus the I know I don't need that. Some people may, but I personally don't need that. I'm good with just a regular tap tempo, and that's it. That will be fine for me. Jonathan, happy Halloween. Well, happy Halloween. Or should I say, hold on, I like that too much. Hold on.
Happy Halloween, Jonathan.
I'm having way too much fun with this thing. Sorry. I like that a lot. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Patrick, the result is often bluish or pinkish white. Yeah, of course. But pretty sure it can be tuned. Like if you don't put everything full on, you give out average of like, let's say most of these consoles, if you turn all the LEDs become to pinkish, well, you put less red or whatever. But on the software itself, it could be white and having a white color on your screen. Please. Would be fun. Thank you. If it's not possible, well, it's not. Yeah, do I remember that you found a way to use the jug wheel to control other things? Yes, actually there is. If you take, let me see what I got here. Basically, if you apply a custom control to something, let's go layer 2. Hold on, let me switch my camera. Let's go layer 2. If I take this knob, I go to my effect. Hold on. Let's go effects parameter. Like the semitone on my pitch cannot be changed by a press of a knob. You need a rotary encoder to, create a different value. But what I can do is if I assign my FX1 semitone parameter to a knob, like I'm doing right now, and if I use my jug wheel, hold on, I need to do this so you guys can see me. If I'm assigning this, let me, oh, no. Okay, hold on. I swear to you, it's working. If you just let me figure out how to do it. Okay, let's go console view. And let's go layer 2 where I put my effects. So I've got an effects here. The semitone of my effects. It could be any parameter on the effects parameter here. Assign that to a push down knob. Go to your effects just so I can show it to you. If I'm holding the knob down and I'm using the scroll wheel, can you see the semitone on the left right there changing? As I'm holding it down and I'm moving the jug wheel and it changed. We can hear it if we want to.
I can have an octave. There you go.
This is basically it. If you assign a effect parameter to a custom control, not rotary, just a push down knob, you can use the jug wheel to manipulate that information or the value that you got there. I got a video about it. Oh, hello from Greece. Oh, I didn't know you were from Greece. Hello from Canada. Always fun to have people from all over the world joining these live stream. Have you done an A/B comparison between the DL251 Pro and the DL32? No, I haven't. Well, not on a video. I did myself using switching from a DL32 with the same band into a DL251. I'm personally owning a DL251 for my wing and my X32 core. Sound awesome. And also used to own a DL32. Not bad. Definitely does the job. But after switching to the 251 and 2 days ago, I also did a show that I usually do on an X32, a full-on X32, and I switch to a DL251 because the venue usually have a Pro 2 there. But I just came in with my X32, did my show, didn't want to do a sound check all over again, so did my show with their DL251, and I definitely heard a difference. Every day, it's not really in a single input that you're gonna hear a difference, is in the togetherness of the sound. It's hard to explain, but I feel when I listen to this, and I don't want to go with feeling, I want to go with numbers eventually, but I definitely feel like everything is just going easier together. I don't have a hard time fighting the lead vocal and the guitar. They just blend together easier. I just feel it's easier to mix with a 251. I don't know how to say it, but everything just blend together easier with the 251. I don't know. It gives me more space. I can put stuff up higher, background vocal that usually are like in between being too loud or not enough. They just sit in the right place. It's easier to listen to ear to ear. Things are just going easier together. I don't know. That's how I can describe the difference between the two. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to learn some new stuff with Patrick. A couple of things I've learned last week with solos from Patrick. One is that if live mode, clicking twice on a channel, solo will select both monitor parts. What? Both monitor pads. Okay, hold on. Let's go take a look at this. Right now, I'm on solo on my music. I'm listening to it in my headphone. This is really solo. The solo bus is only, not the width. I don't want to play with the width. I want to show you guys the headphone and the speaker. If you go solo twice in live mode. Hold on, Patrick. I want to understand what we're talking about now, because this could be really fun. I want to make sure that I'm in live mode. Let's go first in live mode. Am I in live mode? No, that's in setup. I'm in live mode. Solo live mode. Let's go back to my channel. Or is it working on the aux or not on the aux? Maybe not. Okay, let me try with my... Let me double action select in solo. No. I'm not sure to understand what's going on here, Patrick. Because I tried to solo twice. Holding it down, maybe? Nope. No, it doesn't. Really strange. Let me know, Patrick, why it's not working, because it will be really fun to have Okay. Let me read that again just to make sure, because apparently it worked. If Mr. B told you. Clicking twice on the channel solo setting will select both monitor part. Okay, maybe, hold on. Maybe it's not here. Maybe it's here if I'm doing AB, which I believe, and I want your opinion on that, guys. Should AB monitor should be a fixed function, or should it stay the way it is right now and it's a temporary state? Meaning that if you go into solo, press AB. If you solo a bus or if you solo a channel, it will come out of monitor output A and B. But as soon as you take the solo off, it will come out, it will go back to monitor A. Like, let's say I'm on solo right now on my aux1, I'm gonna take solo out. And if I'm soloing again, it came back to monitor output A only. It's not a sticky function, it's a temporary function. I personally do not agree with that. I believe that the output should be selected and stay selected the way that you set it up. Because if you go to output B, it will do it. If you go to output B on the channel, it will do it this way. But you know, I'm taking the solo in or out and it's not coming back. You know, it's staying to, it's staying to solo B. But I don't know. There should be a way to make it sticky. I agreed. Maybe I'm gonna throw back the debate again with Mr. B. Okay. Second thing that Patrick did learn this week. While in exclusive solo mode, so we're talking about solo in place, it's possible to select serial channel to be soloed at once. Press and hold channel solo button while engaging other solo channel. Okay, let me check that out. We're gonna go into setup, surface, we're gonna go my vocal, I'm gonna select my USB here. And channel here. Let me. Okay, I can solo the whole console, let's say. But the thing is, I don't know why. Okay, it's solo in place and it's after fader. Because right now, if I don't lift the fader for my background music, I do not hear it. So, okay, something that I didn't know, when you have solo in place, you can have multiple solo. If you go into live mode, well, they did not clear. Just gonna do solo clear. I believe you could do the same thing. Yeah, you can do the same thing. I can have, as long as I hold on solo, I can have all my stuff soloed on the console. Basically. Can you solo the DCA still? Really good question. Let me try it out. Can I solo my stuff? DCAs. Yes, I can solo the DCAs. I can basically solo the whole console. Everything right now is in solo. The DCAs are solo too. That will work. That will work. But I'm in live mode right now, so I'm in the default mode. You can just select multiple things. If you go like, I want to select my input here, I can select my DCA. And let me do this again just for fun. No, you can solo multiple DCA by default. you don't have to do anything special to do this. No, actually, you're not crazy. I swear I tried the solo in place mode, and when I hit it, it cut out the main. This is exactly what solo in place is. This is made so if you want to listen something in your sound system in solo mode, you go onto SIP, solo in place. Solo in place will replace your main output by the solo. Be aware of the accident that can happen, because a friend of mine actually did that once. Put his headphones on because it will go into the headphone and main out. He started the show. Half of the song in, he hit solo on solo in place to listen to the bass drum, and when he lifted his high back up, the whole crowd was looking at him because the only thing that he was sending to the PA was the kick. Took the solo out, everything went back, and the singer went back. People almost applaud him. Anyhow, yeah, be aware of the solo in place. Only use while in recording session, or actually, you don't even need to use solo in place. Honestly, you can just go into studio mode and listen to your stuff, but you don't need solo in place. Well, actually, it's useful for live when you're doing a sound check, but make sure to disable that before you create any drama. How to parallel compression, like for drums. What's up, Arjun? Yeah, you actually have two options. Let's go take a look at my kick drum here. Gonna go kick drum. This is my default window. We're gonna go on kick, and here on top of the compressor, you have a mix option. If you want to do parallel, you can put the mix to 100%, create some really harsh, undesirable compression on your kit, and you can back it down. I usually blend between 100 and 75%. 75% will give you a really, really good balance of compressed and uncompressed signal. More than that, you start to lose the compression feeling a little bit. So the quick way to do parallel compression will be this one. The other one that people are using is keep every compressor to 100% on the channel itself. What they do is they take the sound, they send it to the main out, and they also send it to a bus using a group, and this is where they apply compression. They apply compression on the group. They run parallel, so they send out every channel with little or no compression to the main out, and after that they just use a group to have like really over the top compression distorted signal that they blend in. So basically what you do is you take a bus, let's say, or bus 1, we're gonna get rid of our extra input here. Go to none, we're gonna have, let's say, a channel, compression channel here, and we can just like do some crazy stuff with it. There you go. Sound like it's smashed, and I can there we go. Sorry, I wanted to show you. So I inserted the channel, vintage channel, on a bus, sending out my talkback to that bus and also to the main out, and I'm just compressing the living crap out of it, like it has, you know, 1176 all the way up. I can EQ that so I can have more mid, more high end, more low end, just adding some really, really nasty distortion. Compress that a little more even, and can I yeah, now I'm basically creating distortion that I can just blend in with my regular vocal. to have like parallel compression. This is the concept of parallel compression. I'm using my dry stuff going out to the main, and I'm blending it some really over the top compressed stuff on top of it, but with the noise and everything that it's adding. I'm not a fan for that. Hey. Okay. My main bus compressor didn't like that. But I'm not really a fan of using this, especially for live, because it's bringing out the noise floor up. It's not something that I want to do for live. But for you studio guys, yeah, definitely an approach that you can have if you guys feel that parallel compression is your thing. Up to you to decide. Charlie is sitting in front of his console and testing. Good, man. Hope you learned something. I want to use my monitor B as a secondary solo speaker with a quick global setting that sticks. Okay, yeah. No, it's not there yet. Maybe if a lot of people are vocal about it, I invite you to do a Facebook post, because what happened here is one thing, and what people from Music Tribe can see on Facebook is another thing. So I report sometimes stuff that you guys want to see, but if you are really vocal about it on Facebook, I believe they read the Facebook group, so maybe that's going to help. A new feature to be added, I believe the stickiness of this function right here on the output control, this should be sticky. If you put it there, it should stay there, or be an option. Like, we should have a check, like, do you want this to be sticky, or just do you want this to be just one time? This should be an option if they don't want to make it permanent. What else? Okay. Charlie, I have noise coming from the headphone out, and only headphone out when the headphone knob is turned down. Is that self noise from the headphone amp? Let me try. I got my in-ear right now. If there's any kind of noise, I should hear it. I just turned down the yeah, there's a little bit of noise, like a tiny bit of white noise with my in-ear right now, and they are really low impedance. So yeah, I don't think this should be an issue. Like, as soon as you listen to something, you do not hear it, but it's probably the background noise of the headphone amplifier that you are hearing. Stems Recording Studios, what's up? Still can't loop a sound check or part of. Is it even possible? Virtual sound check, that is. Where is the source of your virtual sound check? Is it in the SD card, or is it on a computer? How do you play back all these files, Stem? SD card. I believe there's a way to do it. Hold on. We have the expert here with us today. Come on, guys. I got a session right now. I got a band show file in there. So maybe if I do this, marker, position, there's a way. Hold on. I'm in loop mode. Oh, there we go. I'm in loop mode. Here, I can just get this. Can I turn the music? So you guys can hear some drums. Oh yeah, this is not the right file for what I got right now, but I believe kick and snare will be good. Okay. At least you guys hear something, but basically this is in loop mode. So if I stop that and I do like a really short loop, something like really short. I don't want to get copyright, so I'm not gonna play that too loud, but yeah, you can basically create a loop. Patrick's got the answer. Patrick, you should be the one doing these live stream. Actually, we need to do one together eventually. Guys, push on Patrick's and tell him to join me for a live stream. I think it's gonna be a fun one. We already did it in the past before I just erased my whole channel. But we should do it again someday. Patrick's got a lot of really cool information, and he also has a great website with software that he designed himself to work with the Wing and the X32. Please go check out his website, x32ram.com, x32ram.com, with 3 and 2, of course. Go check out his website. He designed some really cool software for the Wing that allow you to play back and do like basically a recording session where you can, using 2 SD card, record one side to another, and it will basically work like if you were to use tape. You're gonna use a computer to do the changes that you need to do to send information from one card to another, but you will be using only your Wing to record. So if you want to do that, it's just one software that I know he has. So if you want to check out more of his fancy, more option software for the Wing or the X32, or if you are a Reaper user, go check out his website, please. He's helping a lot of us right there. Answering question, go check out his website, buy him a software, and help him make a living or a little bit of money or coffee money out of this. Please, guys, let's support each other. Patrick is a really good supporter of the channel. Let's support Patrick a little bit herself. Okay. Trust me, Patrick, the next time I won't delete my YouTube channel. I regret this so much. Okay. Moving on, guys. What you want to talk about? Because we've been going at this for a long time already, and I don't want the show to be boring, so please, actually, more than I'm already boring, please ask your question away, or we will just send this live stream away. You got a minute from now. It's 2:45. What is Patrick's website? x32ram.com. Go check out his website. Okay. Arjun, is there a way to send effects send to IAM with send on fader method? Yes, actually there is. Hold on, wait a second. No, you're right. There is no way to use send on fader because we do not have effects return on the console. If you were to press send on fader to a bus, you won't have access to this section right here, the bottom one. This is where, if you were to create an effect on bus 1, this is where you're gonna send it back, basically. So no, you have to go to send effect into inner monitor. You would need to go on your bus that has effect on it, and you would need to send that into your other bus 1 through 8, because remember that the bus in the Wing only send into bus 1 through 8. So what I suggest you to do is to use bus 9 and up for your effect. I'm using usually bus 16 and 15. Use that for your effect. Use bus 1 through 8 for your in-ears, and once you build your effects bus, you can send it back here. But no, you cannot use send on fader. And I believe And I will believe that this is creating a problem. It's creating the problem where you cannot have artists using the wing cue to send themselves some reverb, right? I believe that will be the problem. The other option would be to use a channel as an effects return. So to do that, you just take a channel, like let's say like I'm gonna use aux 8, and I'm gonna set the source of that channel to be a bus. Let's say bus 16. Or can you have effects return? No, you don't. That would be the way to do it. Now you have channel A8 or aux 8 used as a effects return because you set the source to that channel to be a bus. That would be one way to do it. The thing with the wing is there's a lot of way that you can make stuff happen, like we just discovered. You can use effects return block and use your bus as poor man channel if you really want to. Yeah, you just have to think about it, and it's not as straightforward of a road as it used to be, because you can just do whatever you want with the console, or pretty much whatever you want. This is why it's getting really hard to give straight explanation. Like on an X32, you don't have any option. You need to have effects return to do stuff like that. I don't think it will work with the bus. Well, actually, could you do this? Maybe you can do the same thing on the X32, but you have effects return, so don't bother. Basically, yeah, the console can be whatever you want, so it's hard sometimes to use. Actually, you can have two different paths to do the same thing. It just depends on how you want to work and what are the consequences on one side versus the other. Let's say that you want to use bus for effects. It's really nice, but you can only send it back into inner monitor 1 through 8 or bus 1 through 8. If you were to use an effects return, you can send it into all 16 buses. But you're losing a channel. What do you want to do? The question is yours to answer. I'm using the custom control via MIDI to control soundboard and scene in OBS. This is exactly what I'm doing right now. MIDI node on double trigs the sound and the MIDI toggle trigger once. Does MIDI node trigger or press and depress? It depends on the software, and it depends on OBS if you're looping back or not. I would suggest you to not loop back from OBS. That way maybe you're triggering, like you're double triggering because you're sending the signal back. But in doubt, just use node toggle. That will work. Neil, I use bus 1 as a catch-all on the Ultranet P16 effects return in aux channel. That will work. You're not looping? I don't know. Jason, okay, church setting. I take my house mix and feed it into a normal input channel. Goal is to have a way to give a vocalist a very quick house mix of the room, and they can have their own channel. That will work. The only problem that I see with that is it can create some really weird stuff with your voice if you already have your voice with possible latency on the signal, and you had a dry with less or different latency on the overall mix, so it can create some weird phasing stuff that way, because the time that the signal takes to be into your console in the channel to be processed to your main out with an EQ or a compression. It will have a few samples and milliseconds of delay, and if you're listening to that with a, let's say, really dry version of yourself, you can probably create some weirdo phasing issue by doing this. It will work, just be aware of the phasing with that. Patrick's got a really good one. Note on will send 127 on press and will send 0 on release. So when you are pushing it down, it will send the MIDI note to the full velocity, so 127, and when you lift it up, it will send to 0. Okay, so it's basically like if you were to hold on a keyboard. It will play the note until you're holding it down, and when you release the note, it will tell the controller to stop the sound. Okay, so I believe you want to use MIDI toggle note then, or use CC. Maybe CC is a better option. I'm using CC, I believe, on my setup. Let's take a look at this. Every time I push sorry, I'm just looking at what's going on here. If I go here to my console view, I'm sending MIDI toggle, using MIDI CC toggle in channel 1, CC 2, and when I press the knob, the console display 0 and 127, but it triggers the action in my software no matter the velocity. So it changed my camera. Like when I'm doing this, I'm just pressing once, it's gonna tell me 0, 127, 0 every time I depress, and when I switch back to the other one, you know, I'm switching back and forth using this. It's working. It's gonna work. Just make sure that you the state, if you want to have the state of your knobs being on or off, just make sure that you got that right using the good either CC note or, I'm gonna cheat a little bit, CC note or push or program change. Maybe program change could be another option for you, depending on what you want to do with your console, but it's working. It just needs to have the good value here to achieve the good result. Do this test. Same setup I bring my own channel into Bleed to host me. I hear phase issue is probably due to delay time. Exactly, as I bring the raw vocal channel, it's getting that weirdness. Exactly what happened, because the dry vocal doesn't have the same amount of processing on it, so it will just phase out. So I would avoid to do this, or create yourself maybe a group, a house mix with no vocal on it. Maybe it's another option. You just create yourself either a main 2 where you don't punch in the vocal, or you create yourself a bus and you send everything post fader at 0 into it, and it will just have the same effect but no vocal and no phasing issue. You just need to set your vocal for everybody. But honestly, I tried that. I saw people doing like weird, going out of the main into aux back and send that as a drum something, but it's never working properly, guys. Take your time, build a people mix with individual fader. I know it's a pain, but this is why we're doing this. This is working better, honestly. Hi Daniel, watching from Zambia. I would not know where that is, I'm sorry. Really appreciate your channel, it's great help. Thank you, I hope to help. I got my mixer 2 weeks ago and I was hoping to play some MP3 from the USB. Is it possible? No, it's not. I'm sorry to tell you that. You need to have WAV file. You need to create your wave to be the same sample as you are using the console at. So if you are doing in your clock here. What did I do? I broke my console. Oh no, what's going on? Hold on. Did I change something? I think I changed something on my console. Hold on. No, I don't want. I want MIDI toggle. I don't want program change. There you go. My bad. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah. I'm gonna come here into the clock. Make sure that your clock rate when you're creating your WAV file for you to play them over the USB match the same clock rate that you're running your console at. So I'm gonna guess you're running at 48K. Make sure that the file that you create, take your MP3 and convert them to WAV 48K 16-bit file in the console. Will play them, no problem. But no, it's only read or write at the same clock rate that the console is running, so 48K or 44.1, and make sure that you have the same format. It's one format for all. I'm sorry to tell you the news. Another good one here from Patrick. No, sorry. I need to read the chat. Oh, Stems Recording Studio become a member. Thank you, Stems Recording, for becoming a channel member. Really appreciate every single one of you guys who take time to subscribe as a member. You guys give me hope that we can move this thing on further. More video, more live stream, more. Just kidding. What's going on here? What are you guys talking about? Zaba is on the southern part of Africa. Okay. Sorry, being Canadian, we don't hear a lot about you guys down there. I hope everything is okay with the current world situation, and hope you have a good time with your wing. And I hope I can help you answering your questions. Since you got your console 2 weeks ago, maybe you can learn a lot from my channel. Maybe not. Don't be afraid to ask question, Daniel. Also, we're here to answer question about the console or at large sound, live sound. If that can help. Just let me read what's going on in the chat here. Issue with the input delay is that the input will be delayed in the house to everyone else, or just delayed to have the house delay. You can never catch it. Yeah, this is why I'm telling you, Jason, to just run individual bus to people. I know it's some more time, but yeah. Can you please talk about the de-esser, especially the side function? Let me take a look at this. De-esser. We're gonna replace my beautiful sound extractor here on my talkback with a de-esser. More background noise, but when I'm speaking, the de-esser is doing its job. It's getting rid of the S's in my voice. Maybe it's a little, it's a little too much, but usually de-esser, I try to run them between 6 and 3 dBs, and 3 and 6 is usually the point where it's compressing not too much, but just enough so you grab the S's and do not feel like it's destroying the whole signal. I'm purposely saying my S's too much, but it's doing its job. Sorry, meaning the one in the premium section. Okay, let me put back my sound extractor. Threshold to minimum, depth to maximum, and we gotta go fast. There we go. In the premium section, you mean here. Do we have a de-esser here? I don't think we have a de-esser in the rack. Do we? Let me know. Guys, in the chat, I need your help. There's too many stuff in the wing. Where is the de-esser? The two-band de-esser. The two-band de-esser. What is it? Okay, I'm gonna need your help, guys, because I don't know this unit really well. I never used it. Okay, so we got a couple function here that we can take a look at. We got a low, high, male and female option, a mid-side mode, so low side, high side. So it's a dual de-esser, maybe because of the MS mode, the mid side. This is why we have mid and side. Do you know? Do everybody know here what's the difference between a mono, stereo, or a mid-side signal? If not, I believe we need to talk about it quickly before we jump into this. But I want to make sure that you guys know what we're talking about. Meanwhile, I will set it up for me. I would say I'm a male. I'm not going to go mid-side mode. I don't feel like we need to touch that a lot because we don't have a lot of mid-side source to deal with. Usually on live setup, not studio recording, on live setup, we do not have mid-side source. But let me see if I can... Oh yeah, it's grabbing on the S's really fast. Really fast. And I'm hearing it compressing a lot on my S's. Like 6 is too high. Maybe 3. Alright. More than that, it's just destroying the signal. Let's go with the low. The S's on the low. It's just it's compressing a lot. The S's. The overall result is on the low side I can give it some more. S and the S, I don't hear a lot of difference in the signal. Right now it's doing nothing with no S's compression, no S's compression. If I go with the 6, number 6, I start to hear it. I start to hear less low end. Less iron, I should say. If I go with the low, okay, it's just too different from what I hear. I hear just two different band. You guys know what a de-esser is, right? It's just a single point of compression on your source. Let's say that we're gonna watch the RTA here. When I'm speaking like that, there is not a lot of high frequencies. If I do an S, everything here over 4K when I'm speaking is getting really excited. Usually when I talk like that, not a lot of stuff happening in the higher frequencies, except when I say an S. So we're basically compressing these frequency with the de-esser, not the mid-range, just the S's with this. But I believe the de-esser here that we have has two different band width of compression. The low one will compress maybe somewhere around, I would need to have the spec for this, but maybe it will compress around the 4K area. The S, we'll take a look on my main, if we can see on my main EQ, where I'm doing a S. I feel like the whole part of that whole part of the signal is getting compressed, but I feel like the higher range is compressing but less signal. It's a shorter, smaller band with higher frequency range, maybe. So maybe it's one as set. You can start on the SPL, the ESR, but from what I hear, I would say maybe the lower band's gonna start to cut stuff around 2 to 4K, and the higher band's gonna be more like 7, 6, 7, and I don't know. I go from what I hear. But basically, it's from what I understand, Google that to be sure, this SPL, but it's the low one is a wide band. It's going to take a lot of the high frequencies and turn it down. The higher band is going to take a little shorter part of the signal in the S's, in the higher stuff. And the mid side is a totally different way, I believe, to compress the signal. The mid side will be useful on your mid side source. Mid side source, for those of you who don't know, is when you take a mid-side miking technique using coffee doing its job. A mid-side source, go take a look at my video on that, is when you take a cardioid microphone and you pair it with a figure 8 microphone. You use the two mic together. You use the cardioid pointing at the source, and you use a figure 8 microphone pointing at the side. There's a technique that if you take the microphone that is picking up the side, put a Y splitter on it, phase reverse one side, do not phase revert the other one, and you blended the cardioid source, and you need to have your mic physically placed. One capsule picking up this way, one capsule picking up this way. If you are doing this, you will create a stereo miking technique that you feel really, really wide, and you have you have basically the control on how much side you want to pick up versus center. So it can be done on the wing on a single channel, and you play around with the width if you want to play around with the pattern of these mic. And I believe the dual de-esser will be used there, so you can actually, there you go, you can turn off the S's on the side, high or low. I believe it will be the same thing as we're having right now, but right now we're on a mono source. My microphone is a mono source. More than that, I would say Google SPL de-esser will give you more precise information. But from what I can hear in the wing, this is basically it. This is like a 2-band de-esser, so you can have you can cut down on the S's at large, and you can say I want even the higher S's to be turned down, but it's to the point where it's destroying some stuff. The mid side will just cut down on the low. It's you see, because I'm using a mono source right now, there is no side information. It's just one single straight microphone in the center. Even if I'm using the side all the way up, it doesn't do anything. Or we will take a look, but maybe if you are running on MS mode, the side will be done with the side, and the center will be done with this thing, but not, I don't want to say not something that you're going to use, but very uncommon use for this, and probably really rare use case where you're going to need to EQ or DS a MS source on the wing. It's there, but not a lot of people will use that because we don't do MS capture live. This is only done on studio and mostly on film set. So if you are doing film recording with your wing and you using the wing to mix your sound for studio or cinema recording, I can see a use case for this. Otherwise, it's not really useful for live. And please keep in mind that I'm seeing the console as a live sound engineer. This is how I make my living, mixing band and mixing in-ears for band, and also double up as a technical director and taking care of many venues. But anyhow, I'm a live guy. I'm not a studio guy. I know some trick and stuff about live and cinema sound, but not my cup of tea. I'm more a heavy coffee drinker. Okay, well, it's 3:15 or almost 3:15. I got a meeting in not that long, so we're gonna take a couple more questions and we'll call it a day. In orchestra live mixing in choir, it can be really helpful. Really? Have you ever done that, Andy? Because I know you can do it, but most of the time when I'm doing choir here, they are really, really low budget, and I'm just putting up a pair of condenser in the roof. They don't have the one that I've worked with don't have the budget, or the one that I've worked with that has a big budget. We went crazy and we run 64 headset mic to everybody, and everything was EQ'd by section, and everything was mixed by section. And yeah, to avoid to use that, you need to have a really, you say God. I'm gonna say that this is not a mistake. This is a God PA, like something that is really cardioid and won't bleed on stage, because you're gonna get a lot of bleed in a situation like that. So this is why I always end up using condenser cardioid mic pointing at the choir. When I go crazy, I go XY. Yeah, a lot of bleeding feedback. This is why I say it's not really useful live. I mean, you can, of course, you can do it, but most of the time, you never want to pick up side when you're doing live. You just want to have the source as in your face as possible to blend it in the mix. Okay, on this note, let's go have some fun again, just to tell you, guys, have a good one.
Let's get back to the pitch shifting. The pitch shifting with the reverb. I'm gonna turn down the music just for this one and say thank you, everybody, to watch the Monday live stream Halloween special. Red background, pitch shifted voice. We're gonna get back to the regular stuff next Monday. Please, until the next one, take care of yourself. Thank you, everybody. Have a good one. Take care of yourself, and I see you all later. Oh no. I broke it. It's not working. No! I cannot send you guys out. No! Not working! Why? Hold on. Okay. Bye. Not working. I have to go and do it by hand. See you guys. Till the next one, take care of yourself and laugh of me.